Alright, some time ago I had bought a couple of these really cool flat cars. They were really on the cheap. I think this was a 2-pack and it ended up being like, I don't know, $8. So it's like, okay, what a bargain. So that's cool. But then for a long time I just kind of ran it with nothing, just having it blank like that because, I don't know, I never really thought about it before. Then all of a sudden I bought a couple these container cars. They were super cool. Really love the detail. Look at that look. It looks real. Like, that's incredible detailing there. Really like it. So I'm like, okay, I see the appeal of these because I've never really had these before. Like I said, I just only had like the 2 flat cars and then I just kind of ran it like that. But I'm going all in now because I bought a whole set of these things. I think there's like 12 in here. I can't even remember the count, but they're all Tomix. It seems to be cheaper that way. The Kato ones, you know, you can buy like 3 packs of these with the container cars pre-installed, but they're like $120 for like 3 of them. I never understood why they were so expensive, but now that I actually like have something and look at it, it's like, okay, I kind of see the appeal, but I'm still not willing to pay that much for them. Look at this. Look how many cars there are. Are there 12? Yeah, 3 by, okay, so yes, 12 of these. Ah ha 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 ha. So this was pretty cheap. This was about 60 bucks for 12. Do that math. What does that end up being? So it ends up being about $5-6 bucks a car, which is incredible. And now I have a nice book to store all these in. Of course, my 2 extra ones won't fit. Still have to deal with those somehow. But the point is, now that we have this massive book of the container flat cars, we can buy a whole bunch of containers. Like I said, I was so impressed with those other ones. I thought I'd start getting some of these others as well. These end up being about $4 to $8 depending on what they were. But you can see some of these are really looking cool. I'm really liking how these are gonna end up being, I believe. I like variety, change it up. Every one of these is different. A lot of them are 2 packs, some of them are 3 packs, but we certainly have enough cars to go around. That is for sure. So what I'm gonna do is unbox these, pop them on the cars, do a nice little freight car run around with these brand new container cars, which I'm really starting to like. Okay, here's the haul. It looks like a jumbled mess, but it's really cool. Yeah, these are really neat. I just kind of like randomly slap these on various places. They work pretty good. All they do, you see these little hooks right here. The whole underside is open, so that makes it easy to just kind of come up here and just snap it on wherever you want. And then that's solid. That's there. It's not going anywhere. It's a really cool system. One thing I didn't notice is that some of these have this back thing on it, where others don't. And I wonder what the difference is. Like, this one does not have that. Or this one and a handful of others. So kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah. Good luck. Look how detailed these little container things are. Looks super cool. And I think they'll look really nice, all lined up, all ducks in a row, rolling down the track. Yeah, I don't have enough container cars to fill everything, so obviously there's room to expand and get other ones at a later date, but this is a good, nice first purchase into this world, I think. And really cool. I'm loving it a lot. Most of them are these container cars, but I did get a set of these like liquid transporter thingies, whatever they're supposed to be, like fuel tanks or something. I don't know. You'll see those. I randomly slap those on in various places. Yeah, these short ones are okay. I do kind of like the longer ones better, just from a looks perspective. I think they look nicer. But they're all like super detailed. So Tomix did a really good job with these. Like I said, I see the appeal. of the look, because they're definitely there. I just could never justify the Kato brand of these because they're just so expensive up front. This all in probably is what, 120 for this, whereas I would have only gotten like 3 of them for Kato. You could probably find some other ones. Atlas or Broadway Limited probably makes them. I don't know. I didn't really look into those too much. But yeah, this is really nice. I love the blue. The blue is nice on the bottom, and then that's the container cars up top. I think the Kato ones too can be double stacked, whereas these can't. Not really anyway. Here's my original ones again. Again, you can change it up. I like the variety. I like how you can swap them all out and do whatever you want. And then I think it's even cool to run with a styrofoam insert because it looks like a giant block of ice or something. Rolling down the track. Does it fit 2 of them? I don't think so. You can cut one off if you wanted to do that. You know, slice it there or something. But anyway, I thought that was funny. So of the original, after the 2 original ones I bought, I still have 1, 2, 3 trucks remaining in the book that I haven't used yet. So like I said, obviously there's room to expand, buy more. I'm all for that. But for right now, this is what I got. Let me get this out on the track and run it around with a nice little freight train. Well, here they are all tucked away in the book. It still looks awesome with this. One thing I noticed real quick was some of these whole slots have little thingies for that thing on the back where others don't. So like this one, I don't think I put in the right spot because it doesn't have that side thing. But I noticed real quick, if you try to put this in one of these other ones, sometimes they don't fit quite right. And that's how I figured out, hey, they're not all the same. But yeah, look at this. This is a great look. Very impressive when you open that book cover to reveal this. And it's only gonna get better as I fill this in. All right, all lined up here, all 12 cars in all. Look how long it is. Even threw in the iceberg on one of the blank ones. And then we topped it off with the end, which is a Japanese like caboose car that's also a freight car and a flat car and in the same style as these other blue ones. So, looking great, looking pretty good. Busted out the Blue Thunder for this one, as we needed a nice, cool, pulling Japanese freight train. It's also blue, keep that theme going. So yeah, here it is. You know, it looks good, but not as good as I had initially thought, I think. I think it would look a lot better if all the little holes are filled in and it was like solid, you know, containers, which I'll get there eventually. I think I just bought just whatever happened to be available and on sale at the time. So obviously they're gonna keep coming out with more as the years progress, and more will become cheaper and blah 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 blah. So you know, I'll get more at some point. But for right now, this is what we got. We'll run it around here and yeah, see how this thing looks in motion, which I think is gonna be pretty darn good. So let me line up the camera and start her up. Here we go, off and running, look at that. Let me defocus it there. Cool. That is a diverse set of freight cars. Very long. I have 4 more extra blank ones that did not come with this 12 set I could tack on there. So that's always an option to even make it longer. Now this Blue Thunder thing is a beast. I pulled, gosh, how many was it when I did the review? I think it was like 60, 70 cars with it. So if it doesn't slow down in that one spot that was giving me trouble before, it should have plenty of power to pull 12 brand new freight cars. Now they rolled really nicely. There was no friction at all. So, you know, I'm quite certain this thing has the pull power. This is actually a double engine too. There's 2 engines up there that really gives it that extra pow. Yeah, look at that. Back over here in the shadows. Of course, only the front lights are on that Blue Thunder car. There's nothing else in the rest of it, but here it is going around the circle. Nice. You know, for as long as this car is, I was kind of worried about the wheel noise, but it's actually not terrible. It's definitely there, you can hear it, but it's not like annoying. It's more of like a dull wheel noise, and I'm going pretty fast here too. Let me see if I slow it down some. Yeah, see, that's a lot better. And I like a nice slow train too when I'm watching TV. So, you know, when you sit back and watch on the screens, this is what you want. Nothing, no noise. Beautiful. I got the whole thing in this shot. Look at that. Very, very cool. Which containers do you like the best? I'm kind of leaning towards these white ones. I really like the look. Or the green ones there, and there's another one on the back. I think those are my favorite right now, probably because they're big and they fill up the space like I was talking about before. These front ones are nice, but there's just something to kind of about them. But like these guys, look at that. Yeah. Hauling some mail. Hauling the mail, as they say. I do like the ice block. That's really funny too. And it stayed on, look at that. Very cool. So yeah. Fun stuff. This is a good haul right here. It is, like I said, $120 experience I'm looking at right now, roughly. All in, 60 for the 60, a little over 60 for the 12 cars, plus the another 60-ish for the containers. Obviously, I already had the tail car there and the Blue Thunder from before. I'm not counting that. But if you do, I mean, you're probably looking at a $200 train right here. Not that I'm trying to brag or anything, I'm just saying what it is. I mean, put it in that perspective, it's like, huh, there's $200 rolling down the road. Model trains are not cheap, but they are super cool, so, you know, I don't mind. They also kind of hold their value, so I'll be able to sell that for about what I put into it. For sure, I'm not worried about that at all. So it's almost like an investment, you know, use it while you want to and have some fun, and then sell it back when you need to or want to. But yeah, this is really nice for now. I'm gonna enjoy this for sure when I'm sitting here watching a movie, doing some Lego time lapses for the other channel. But yeah, I like this a lot. I didn't expect to get it too. It's just something that I kind of saw. I'm like, hey, I think this would be a really cool thing to do, especially since I got those first 2 container cars, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, there's a 12-pack here I can buy, and then buy a lot of container cars too on top of it for a very awesome experience for sure. And yeah, this is super fun. So hopefully this was inspirational, inspiring. You got something out of it, entertainment value, I don't know. I kind of do this just to document my stuff, and this was a good unboxing in my book. So mission successful.